Hi everyone, welcome back. This is Mandy. So what you're seeing here are two wood blanks. One of them is a door hanger, and the other one will actually be a stand-up truck, and they are made double-sided. So one side has got more scoring than the other, but the idea is that these will be, they're interchangeable trucks, and so they have inserts that can be switched out. So the fun thing about it being double-sided is, in this case, we're going to make one side black and the other side white, so that essentially you would have two bases, right? You can switch your colors around. And you can, I have a listing for these where you can get them made to order in whatever color you want, but you can also, if you like to do things yourself, I have a listing for the blanks. So I can cut the blanks for you and you can paint them. So I wanted to do a tutorial for you. So if you're going to make them, you would get an idea what that might look like. So for this tutorial, I'm actually using a roller from Amazon. I have since switched to the Home Depot 3-inch touch-up rollers, which I like a little bit better. But what I want you to see here is, as we're using, and I'm just using craft paint here. You can use chalk paint, whatever, but you want to be able to just lightly roll color on. It's better if you do more than one coat than if you kind of mash the pressure down, because then you're going to be more inclined to get it all over the sides and in your score lines and all of that. Excuse me. So we're just gently rolling that color around. So we would do this on both of these sides, let it dry, and then do the other side black. Now the cool part with black is, with black it doesn't really matter if it gets on the sides because it's black, right? And your sides are pretty dark anyway. You can also just spray paint black if you don't want to paint it, but it's pretty fast. You just roll the paint on and you don't really have to be careful with black, so that's kind of nice. So as you can see, there's score marks for like the tailgate, the lights, the mirrors, and then there's a place that goes under the window that has an additional piece. So the fun part is that these are interchangeable for anything with a truck insert. I get this design from the Sawdust Makery on Etsy. And I also purchased a license to sell her blanks because she has such great designs and she comes out with so many things. So I thought it would be really fun to be able to cut wood blanks for all of you who like to do things yourself and you like to paint things yourself. So I can paint them for you for sure. But you can also purchase the wood blanks and paint them yourself. So that's kind of fun. And so this has a 12-inch option. So this is a 12-inch truck. You can also do 24 inches. It just requires you to have a piece to put it together. But I thought for a door hanger, 12 inches was kind of perfect. So I will share with you when I complete inserts so that you know what they look like. I won't have time to do them all on camera, but I will do some of them on camera. But these are so fun because you can swap them out over the seasons, and they're pretty cute and easy to do once you kind of get the hang of it. So I just wanted to share the process with you, let you know it's available. So in this case, we're just lightly coating these two sides with white, and then we'll flip over into the other sides with black. You can see the score marks on this side. On the reverse side, you don't have as many score marks, but it's pretty intuitive where you're going to lay things down. But it's great because you can, like for this door hanger, you can attach a ribbon or something at the top, and you can just turn it around if you want one color versus the other. I'm also eventually going to do one that's kind of a teal color on one side and maybe a different color like pink or red or something on the other side. So anyway, I just wanted to share the process with you. I'm going to speed this up. Obviously, just watching me paint things white is kind of boring. But black's super easy because it doesn't matter if you get the sides dirty. The little sponges you saw me using are makeup sponges, and they're really great for this kind of painting because you can use them on pretty small pieces, and they're great for just dabbing paint on. You can also use them for dabbing on your glue, and you can just cut off what you use and use the rest of the sponge. So what you see me painting in the background is the stand for the stand-up one. So now we are doing the little gate for the back of the truck. So all I'm doing is putting some raw umber paint on a baby wipe and then wiping that over. It kind of makes it act like a stain on the wood. It also works on wood that has more of a grain, like a plywood or something would. And then, but it gives it kind of a stained look, so it's not super dark brown, but it looks like it's actual wood. So this is the little connection that goes right underneath that window part of the truck. And in front of what you see me staining is actually where you're going to attach that. And you can probably see that it has little score marks about halfway up. So when you attach the little fence, you attach it right over those score marks. So it's going to stick up a little bit. And you need it to do that because this is what's going to hold your insert in for part of it. You'll see when I show you, but I'm basically doing 4 pieces of these because we're doing basically 2 on each side. And then the pieces that are right where my hand is, that's where the bumper is. So we're going to paint that gray. And there's a little license plate thing that goes on the bumper. And then we have the mirrors that will also be gray. And then the 2 reflector lights, which would be yellow and red. So I wanted to kind of explain what I'm doing, and now obviously I'm going to speed this way up. But that piece that I'm painting now is going to go where the fence goes. So I'm going to speed this part up. I'm using those makeup sponges to apply the gray paint. If you have those, what is it called that I told you that I use from Home Depot? If you have those touch-up rollers, you could just dedicate a roller to gray paint and this would go a little bit faster, but I didn't at the time, so I just used the sponges and they work great. So now we're doing the white part. You can see as I'm painting this, you can see those score marks I was talking about. And you see how the score marks don't start until about midway up. That's just really important that you pay attention to that and put your little fence post down with the score mark. So the fence is above, don't turn it the other way and get it wrong, and then your fence would be going the other way. So anyway, I know that you'll know what I mean when you're applying it. But so now all I'm doing is distressing these with some distressing ink. It just kind of adds that farmhouse look to it. I also think it makes it look like intentionally weathered, so it doesn't look dirty. If something gets on it outside, it just works, right? So I did do some chalk paint or chalk pen on the black, and I didn't do a great job, so I did take some of it off. So you may see some of that in this video. I probably went and just painted over that again, especially the stand-up one. The stand-up one, I realized I was like not really happy with the way it looks, so I just sponged some black paint over it. So that's the good thing about trying new things like that, is if you think you did a terrible job, you can pretty much fix it. So that's nice. So here I'm just distressing kind of the whole truck with a little bit of that distressing ink so that it's not so like bright white. And you saw that I applied the red paint to the red lights, and I used some Purely Pigments for the yellow. So you can kind of see where this is going wrong. I'm just using too much of the chalk paint pen. Sometimes I wish there was like a distressing ink for chalk paint so that you could do it a little bit more liberally with an ink pad versus using this. But I do end up painting over this, not on this video, but in my mind it looked good and it didn't. And so you can see that I'm like second guessing myself. I don't really do this so much on the door hanger truck. But I was just actually taking some pictures of this the other day with the insert that I finished, and I was like, I don't like all that chalk paint on there. So I actually took some black paint and muted it. It looks much better now. And so, I think it's just a matter of personal preference, right? I think if you were to like order, if I had a customer placing an order for kind of the blank inserts, not the blank inserts, the actual like truck, I think I would just keep it pretty simple, and I don't think I would distress it too much, just because you never know what someone's personal preference is. They could always distress it if they wanted it more distressed, but I think I would keep it simple for my customers personally. But I was just kind of experimenting. So just know that, like, if you're like, that looks weird, I probably fixed it. So here, I used Star Bond on this because I wanted it to be durable enough for outdoors. But I wasted so many of these because with the Star Bond, if you use the accelerator, it instantly cures. So if you've got that thing in the wrong place, it's there forever. So I ended up recutting those a couple times. So I think my advice to you would be, if you're going to use the Star Bond, you need to be very careful to get it down the first time. But I think I would probably use like a like a wood glue, or for this piece I might even trust like a Loctite or something like that. I wouldn't use the art glitter glue if you're going to put this outside, because this fence is not like an insert that's only going to be out there for a little bit. This is part of your sign, so you want it to be fairly durable to the weather elements. But I love my Star Bond. You can use Star Bond without the accelerator, and it's just going to take some time to cure like regular wood glue would. But yeah, I did end up having to redo that a couple times because it just cured so fast before I could reposition it. But you know, with regular wood glue, it wouldn't do that. You would just need to maybe let it get tacky and then clamp it and let it. So, you know, a good strong super glue or wood glue would work well. I still love Star Bond, and I continued to use it until I got it right, but I did have to cut it a couple of times. So I think I would be careful, if you weren't able to recut it yourself, to use a glue that you felt comfortable with the time that you had to reposition it. Anyway, you can see, I think this is one of the ones I messed up. It's just slightly crooked, which is probably not a huge deal. It's just that this gate holds the insert that slides in. So if it's not right, it could be, you know, crooked or, you know, whatever. So you just have to be aware of that. It looks a little crooked from here. So just know I ended up cutting those again. I think this one actually worked out, but this, I did end up cutting another one. And I may be trying to figure out if it's going to look crooked or not. It's been a minute since I did that. But anyway, these are super cute. They have so many inserts for Christmas, for the holidays, for Easter. Like the first one I finished was an Easter one. And for Valentine's Day and all of that jazz. So now we're going to apply this little gate to the back of the truck. Now you can use Star Bond for this part pretty easily because you're just kind of just putting a straight line of glue and you're aligning it. It's pretty easy. But I love to use Star Bond thick with the activator. I think I have this in my Amazon shop because it's great and it works fabulous on wood. And once it's on there, it's on there. It's not going anywhere. So you can see how we're trying to line it up. And then once it's aligned, I push it down. So that's how that one's going to look. And then we'll apply the other pieces. Let me speed this part up for you because I think you have the idea now. So what you'll see me doing here, this is one of the inserts unpainted. So I wanted to see, does it slide in there like it's supposed to? Like, does it fit correctly? Does it lay right? So you can see how that's got plenty of room to slide right in there. So it's working fine. So that's kind of why I was doing that. And now we're going to work through the lights and the mirror and the bumper. Now you can see here that my truck tires are white. I didn't realize that until I got everything assembled and I was like, oh my gosh, these tires are supposed to be black. So I figured that out off camera and I did paint them black. But if you're like watching this video because you bought this to do yourself, just know that your truck tires should be the same color as tires, which is black. So this is where the little license plate insert is going to go. So this is our little bumper. So that little square in the middle, the truck inserts have a little license plate. So what I did is I used for the rectangle in the back of the truck and the license plate, I used strike plates and little magnets, so that you can put the little strike plates on the not the insert, on the truck, and little magnets on the pieces that go on the truck, so you can just snap them on and off, and makes that changing those pieces out really easy. And here's our little lights. We're still using the Starbond for this. This kind of stuff Starbond is great for. Very simple. You just need to know where you want it to go, right? So really cool. Okay. The strike plates and the magnets I do have on my Amazon shop just to make it easier for people. They're really easy to apply. And I actually did use the art glitter glue for them because they're, you know, pretty simple to hold in place. Yeah, so this is virtually a pretty simple process once you kind of know what you're working with. I'll add kind of what they look like completed. I did kind of a quick flyover once. I do always spray seal them with Rust-Oleum 2 times clear, so that they will withstand outside stuff. But I will share a picture with you of the first insert I did, and I have cut some others, I just haven't painted them. So in my Etsy store, you can either buy something like this made to order, and I'll paint it and do all of that for you, or you can actually buy the blanks and actually get to paint it yourself. So this is an idea of kind of what it looks like. Don't judge all the chalk paint markings because I'm gonna fix that. But this is a little ladybug insert, just so you can get a visual of what that looks like. And then I'll show you one I already did in the end. Anyway, thanks for watching. Okay, so this is just to show you where I put those little strike plates, and just kind of show you how the insert goes. So this is one I did for Easter. Just snaps right on there. And sorry, I'm using my one hand to film this. There's the little license plate, and then the other thing just slides right here in the top. Just like that. So anyway, if you guys are interested, I've got the listing in my Etsy shop and the blanks as well. And I'll try to link that in the comments. Also, if you're interested in getting your own laser, I love my XTOOL, and I have my affiliate link in the description box if you want to grab your own and have some adventures. But yeah, thanks for watching. This is the other side. You can see I put the strike plates and the magnets on both sides, or the strike plates on both sides, and then that way you can easily swap them out and make it interchangeable. Oops, sorry about my finger. But yeah, super fun, and I will have more truck inserts for sale. I do have some blanks listed that I haven't painted yet, but I'll share them with you as I do. But I've got this guy hanging on the door to see what it looks like right now. Anyway, thanks for watching. Bye!